you.
Mate, are you ready for episode number 4?
Ready to roll, clowns?
Come on, man. We've got to solve the problems and the challenges for these agents today. So I'm really hoping they're going to be nice and not give us too many difficult questions today.
Nah, that's fine. There's no such thing as problems, just challenges, yeah?
Absolutely. Okay. Exactly. Okay, so we've got our first agent on the Mentors coming on episode 4. Let's see if he's in. Hello, Ian Qiu. Hello, my friend. Listen, welcome to episode number 4 of the Mentors. You've got myself and Matt LaHood. Say hello, buddy.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, Ian. How are you?
I'm very well. Yourself?
Good. Enjoying your Friday?
Enjoying my Friday with the team.
Fantastic.
And very honored to speak to one of the greats in real estate.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, listen, Ian, just give us a little bit of where you work, what's your core market, and how many transactions you're doing a year currently, just so the listeners can get a bit of an idea who you are.
Okay, so I've been working in the Piedmont market, Sydney Piedmont market, near Darling Harbour since 2007. I started my career as a leasing agent and moved into sales full-time in 2012. And last year transacted 43 properties. Average sale price I do here is about 2.2 to 2.3 million.
Wow.
And my market here is predominantly owner-occupier, downsizers, families. So that's a little bit about me.
Lots of growth down that area at the moment there with the Barangaroo as well and all that happening.
Yeah, I think with Barangaroo coming up, it sort of make our marketplace more value for money. Mm-hmm. Although it's about 23,000 now per square meter.
Wow.
Still represents quite good value when you compare it to the Barangaroo side.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who's the number one agent in your area?
Oh, I like to think Morton.
Yeah,
as a company.
Good one, mate. So are you number one down there in your market?
I do hold almost a 50% market share in my core area.
That's fantastic.
Jackson's Landing.
That's huge.
So, thank you.
Huge, Ian. All right. Well, listen, Matt, you're on the Mentors. This is where you ask the most pressing question, and it's our job to give you some form of answer, we hope.
Oh, great.
So shoot away, mate.
We're going to do our best, Ian.
Yeah. Give us your question, buddy.
All right. Well, my question is, as I just said to you, I've been operating since 2012 as full-time sales. We're 6 years into it. I've started my family, got 2 girls now, and really happy. But I think it's a thing that everyone says work-life balance. But as I want to know, as a real estate agent progression up to about this sort of stage. Mm-hmm. Personal life is becoming more hectic, and this is more of a time where I just need some more guidance and advice on that work-life balance. And running Claudia, you've got 3 kids, and how do you tackle that on a day-to-day basis? Sometimes you take them to school. You've got the appointments in the evenings as well. Like last 3 nights, I didn't come home till about 10:30 from appointments. How do I manage that better?
Okay, so Ian, it's Matt. I've spent my whole life in that space with agents.
Yes.
Managed a team up to 300 people nationally. So I've had that challenge. Most of the people I've managed have all had families, or started families and grown them since. And myself, I've been working pretty much 30 years in the business. I've got 2 kids, 19 and 17. So totally understand where you're coming from. So first thing is, I would say to your family always came first for me, and I've always said that to anybody I've ever worked with, because without your family and support of your family, and this is an industry where it gets a bit lonely. You're out there as a bit of a lone ranger on the weekends, and you've got your team with you, but it can be a very lonely industry. You're sort of on your own a lot, and having family and liaising with them really keeps your feet on the ground. So to get the balance, and it's the eternal question, what we've been saying to people at your level is you need to build a team around you and you need to delegate. So what I find agents try to do everything themselves. They try to control the process. So I'd be strongly suggesting to start building a team around you and start including the team in all your listing presentations from every section of your business from start to finish. If you bring in the team, what starts to happen, it allows you to have scale, right?
Yes.
So you've got to build a structure that allows the team to get involved with you alongside in terms of the to keep them excited about it. You need to include them in the success that you're having. So I would set up a structure within your team where when you win, they win. It could be a GCI number when you hit it at the gross level or the net level, where they, it could be a target. Let's say if you want to write $2 million, when you go over 2 million, the team gets a bonus. So everyone's rowing the boat in the same way. Mm-hmm. You could have a number of bonuses, at 1 million, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and everyone's always pushing your scoreboard that every week. Or it could be number of sales. When you said you did 43 sales, it could be, let's get to 60 sales. I'm going to do a team bonus. But everyone has to work on every listing with me. So what happens when you start to have scale like that, that's what buys your freedom. Because if you took one of your if you had two, say, agents underneath you that were sort of co-agents, I call it, and you took them to every listing, one of them and I'd split them up in price. So your average sale price, you said, was around 2 million. I'd take one of those agents under 2 million with you, and they specialise in that price range with you. Then the other agent specialises in the over $2 million sales price range. And you introduce them to the vendor from the beginning, and they are working with buyers in that price range. So what that allows you to do is scale out from that listing. So if you want to take a week off, not go to an open that weekend, you're not the only key person in the equation anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, so true, isn't it, Matt? It's almost like you want your business to be running 365 days a year, 24/7. So if you decide, Ian, to take some time off with the family, have a month off in, call it Europe in July, if you don't have a business that's scalable, what's going to happen is your business will suffer. Your business stops because Ian stopped, right?
Yes.
And then you feel this guilt that you have to be there the whole time, which means then something's going to sacrifice, something has to suffer. And that's going to be generally where agents get it wrong is the family. The family suffers. And then people start to wonder why, they get separated or whatever else because they haven't put that time and effort to be with the family. So I totally agree with what Matt is saying is, look at the way you can actually make your business scalable, work 365 days a year, 7 days, 7 days, 24/7 basically. So I would really look at that. But like what Matt said in his first comment was like family first, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Ian?
It does make sense, Matt. And what you just said to me, I thought that was really the goal is there. What I found, what you said to me is you introduced your co-agent first early on. Listing presentation meetings.
100%.
So I think that sometimes I get that bit wrong because I build such a good rapport with the client. They always say, Ian, will you be here representing me? And when they say that, it's really hard to go back and go,
what you do is when you just say, you took Claudio to listing with you, and you'd say, look, Claudio and I are going to work on every on this property together. Sometimes you're going to see me, sometimes you're going to see Claudio. I'll determine which is the best person you see because I don't have the rapport with every buyer in the market. Claudio has the rapport with some I have the rapport. So if I think, and that immediately allows you to scale out.
Yes.
Makes sense?
Makes sense. Magic. Thank you.
Mate, Ian, Matt, pleasure. But Matt, I just want to ask you a question. What about like an agent out there that's probably within their first 3 years, they don't have a team around them? How can they incorporate that balance?
That's an easy fix, Cloud. So my belief in real estate today, it's not a game for silos. I think you need to have a team around you. Now, if you can't afford a team, there's always another agent in the office you can do things with.
Right, okay.
So another single agent in the office or in your network if you've got multiple offices. So I always, when I had my own team, I always had another team that I work with when I used to sell.
Okay.
So, Bethwyn Richards, myself, Benny Collier, myself, Steve Chen, we did a lot of stuff together.
Yes.
So my team and their team would work together.
Right.
So we'd have more scale then. So,
right.
It's easy to, if you're just a single person, and I started off as a single agent, I used to bring other agents in with me to help me scale up.
Yeah, right, exactly.
The biggest problem in this industry is nobody likes to share. I've given more commission away, Ian, than I've actually earned.
Yeah.
But then what used to happen is more commission would come back to me because people would I was the one that was referring and the generous one.
Yes.
So if you think like that amongst your team, you're the one that gives all the referrals out. It's a karmically world that we live in. You'll get the referrals back.
Absolutely. And that's why Matt LaHood has got his shit together. And that's what we strive for in our lives, mister.
Thank you.
Okay.
Gold.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, Ian, we hope that this episode here today, but you joining us and your question that you've given us has answered your question.
And Ian, just congratulations to Ewan and what he's done down there. He's got a really good reputation in the industry.
Oh, well, I don't know if you know this, Matt, but Ewan Morton now is the REI president.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Or the director, not president, director. So
great.
there you go.
He's a quality guy. I've seen him speak a few times. So congratulations on what you've achieved down there. You deserve the market share.
Thank you.
Hey, Ian, thanks for joining us here on The Mentors on episode 4, mate. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk next time.
Definitely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, my friend.
Got something great from this episode? It would mean the world to us if you passed it on. Tune in each week as we mentor a new agent. Have a question? Want to be on the show? Get in touch with Claudio Encina, Matt LaHood, or visit our Facebook page. The Mentors is brought to you by Sprinkler.media.